Well, hello everyone, this is CJ with Cycletron. I thought I'd do an update on the 2020 Katana as well as the 2023 Katana. I've had my 2020 Katana for about 2.5 years now. I absolutely love this bike. I got confirmation from Suzuki though that they're not going to offer the 2023 model in the United States this year. In fact, 2020 is the only year they offered the upgraded or the updated Katana, which was released in 2019. Didn't sell very well in 2020, mostly because it had a high MSRP at $13,500. But there's still a few leftovers out there that you can pick up. And if you consider the fact that it doesn't look like they're going to sell these maybe ever in the United States again, it might be a great bike to pick up and just hold on to just for your own enjoyment, because I absolutely love this bike. So let's see where we're at here on miles. So I have about 4,500 miles on this bike. As you've seen from previous videos, I've got a More Mafia tune and some upgrades. They put the rocks full exhaust on it, sprint air filters. This bike is fantastic. So I thought what I'd do today is talk about the features I like about my bike, as well as the differences that the newer models have. Of course, you'll be able to pick those newer models up just about anywhere else in the world except the United States. So let's go through it. So let's check out the Suzuki Europe website. Here it is, the 2023 Katana. Really, it was released in 2022 with 2023 model. Great looking bike. So you can see they've done some styling changes here. You've got the matte blue look with the gold wheels. Also, the fork tubes are now gold instead of black. That's what they're talking about here. There's also a gray and red wheel option, which is really nice looking. It's a slightly darker gray than the silvery gray that I have on my 2020 Katana. The 2020 and the current model has the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System, which is advanced electronics. There is no IMU on this bike. Also, they changed the display. I actually like this orange color. I think it's awesome looking. And now they've introduced drive modes, which that wasn't an option on my bike. So modes A, B, and C, much like my 2023 Hayabusa has. It has the Suzuki traction control system. That's not new. But the bidirectional quick shift system is new. I think that's a really nice feature. 2020 does not have that. Of course, the new model is fully ride-by-wire. The 2020 Katana has cabled throttle, so I actually prefer cable throttles, a little more responsive, but I'm sure that the mapping is just fine with this ride-by-wire version. If there's any indication from my 2023 Hayabusa, the feeling's just really good on that bike as well. So no change, still has the low RPM assist, the Suzuki Easy Start system, which is integrated with the kill switch. Of course, based on the K5 engine platform that's been around for many, many years. Here they indicate that they changed the air cleaner box design. On the 2020, it was very restricted with a plate. That was removed by More Mafia when they did their tune and freed up much more airflow with that change. So it looks like Suzuki recognized that might have been overly restrictive, but I'd be curious to see if there's still a plate in there that you might want to remove if you do a tune on it. Looks like they've redesigned the camshafts, as well as they've changed the radiator to increase airflow. They've also changed the slipper clutch to Suzuki Clutch Assist System. So an improvement there, I suppose. No change to the chassis or anything else really. But I think it's just a fantastic looking motorcycle. my display is greenish at night and lighter color during the day. So yeah, I think it's a fine looking motorcycle. Now apparently Suzuki's still selling this in Canada, so it's 17,800 Canadian dollars. So in US dollars, this bike's at $12,800. Compare that, Suzuki still lists the 2020 on their USA website. Yes, as I mentioned, this bike came out for $13,500. When I bought mine in July of 2020, there was a $2,000 rebate. So I got my bike for $11,500. So I was really happy. It was $12,000 out the door. So again, looks like Suzuki doesn't have any plans, certainly this year or maybe ever, to continue offering the updated Katana for sale here in the US. So if you have a Katana, let me know what you think about it. If you've got a 2022-2023 Katana, I'd be interested in your feedback on that as well. I think that quick shifter is a nice feature. I like the LED display changes. I like the color match with the wheels and the body color. So I think it's a great all-around bike. So I think what limited the sales of this bike in the United States was the high MSRP. The styling certainly unique, so strongly appeals to some people and not at all to others, I'd say. I like this bike a lot. I love the styling. I've got about 4,500 miles on my bike at this point. But one of the other knocks on it is the bike has an effective fuel range, or actually total fuel range of about 135 miles on a full tank. And the tank's right at 3 gallons capacity, so around 100 miles I'm looking for a gas station just so I don't end up with 20 miles or less to empty. So yeah, I think that affected a lot of people's interest in picking up this bike, but it hasn't been an issue for me. I use this bike mostly for around town riding. I'm not doing long distance touring on it. In fact, you know, bikes are so good these days, it's hard to find a bike that does everything great or exactly the way you want it. It's not a realistic expectation. This bike does so many things well, but again, it's not really set up for sport touring or long distance riding unless you're prepared to get gas every 100 miles like somebody on an old school Sportster with a peanut tank. I'm sure you've heard those stories where people are getting gas every 70 or 80 miles. 100 miles is usually the distance that you'll find another gas station, but out in the western United States that can get a little iffy sometimes. So again, I'm using my Katana for more in-town and near-town riding. So please let me know what you all think about this bike out there. And again, if you've bought a newer one, a 2022 or 2023 model, I'd really be interested in your feedback. Thanks very much, and please stay tuned for future videos.